Good morning. Oh, yeah, I am live. Good. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to today's Harmonize to Energize. My name is Terry Matthews. I work at the international headquarters of Jin Shin Jyutsu here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and it's very pleasant today. At least I think so. I hope you're all doing well. For those of you that are new to this particular webinar, this is where we explore the self-help books that Mary Burmeister, the master teacher for the art of Jin Shin Jyutsu, wrote in order to help people help themselves. We're all about prevention, and we hope that these books give you some ways and approaches that you can balance and harmonize the energy pathways that are in your body, which keep you soul, heart, mind, and body in congruence, in balance, in harmony. So today we're going to be discussing and sharing practices from Self-Help Book 2 to harmonize Safety Energy Lock 22. Now, those of you that have been following along fairly religiously know that I have used as a reference the Tarot book by Paul Foster Case. And one of you wrote, well, what happens after 21? Because this book does in fact more or less end at 21. Well, at that point, my understanding is Mary then discussed the numbers in relation to, excuse me, and scratch my nose here, numerology. And the information that I have relating to that and the what is known as the minor arcana of Tarot is that key 22 or number 22 is a master number, and it relates, or it can relate to Safety Energy Lock or Tarot card number 4, but mainly the 0, or we would call the oval, which in the Tarot is the Fool. And the Fool represents the God force. It's the life force, according to this information, before entering manifestation. And 22 is that same key. In ancient numerical symbology, it represents a circle and represents Alpha and Omega. So, ancient wisdom will feed your consciousness and transform your life. Well, we call the 0 or oval in Jin Shin Jyutsu the main central, down the front and up the back. That is completion. And in Self-Help Book 2, Mary will say 22 came into the universe, meaning complete. So think 0, think oval, think 22 as helping us complete that movement of energy down the front and up the back. There's a few more comments in terms of Jin Shin in this sheet I have here. Spiritual concepts become practical meeting point for all individualized flows. Physical and digestive flows come together, releases mental, physical, and digestive stresses. Harmonizes mind, body, and spirit. What more do you want, really? So 22 is a magical number. So let's have a Liram Pier, a quick look and a shifty or a shufty at the slides and the practices relating to Safety Energy Lock 22. Here we go. So there it is, just underneath the shoulder girdle here. This whole area, remember, a Safety Energy Lock is the width of the palm of your individual hand, not mine. But here it is underneath the shoulder blade here, the clavicle. And sorry, not the shoulder blade, the clavicle. And it's actually in acupuncture lung 1. Can help, as Mary says here, mental, emotional, digestive, physical tension, stress. So she gives practices. We've seen the first one holding the 22. And then the 22 in relation to the finger holds is holding the right or left index finger And then the third practice she gives is holding the 19 with the opposite number 1. The diagrams in the self-help books could be more accurate, but they're not. But here's the 19. Here we are in the arm here. It's actually between the two tendons, actually, in the bend of the elbow. 19. And the 1 is inside of the knee. Not there where it looks like a high one on the thigh. So you got 3 major ways that Mary described to open the 22s, holding them. I tend to do it this way because it accentuates mediation, the crisscross from left to right, and so therefore, generally speaking, the energy will move a lot easier and more congruently. Holding the index fingers, and then the opposites, the 19 here in the edge of the elbow with the 1. Excellent. So those of you that have been following, again, this process each week know that we practice 4 sets of 9 exhalation inhalations for each of those practices. And then we end with either doing a practice that we've just previously done, which we want to continue working on, or the opposite of whatever practice, one side or the other, or we end with a hug. The reason for doing 9 exhalation inhalations comes from numerology. It means end of a cycle, beginning of a new. And Mary said, let's work with 36 breaths, because she had the idea of bringing energy through 4 different levels of creation. From the 8th depth, the source, 7th depth, the light, 6th depth, which is really this oval or 0, which the 22 is talking about, down the front, up the back, the completion of energy. And then finally, as this energy, this pre-manifested energy becomes more manifested, we reach 3rd depth. The movement of the breath is the movement of the spiral of light, and it moves from safety energy lock 4, which we've also said can relate to 22. 2 and 2 is 4. It's if you like, a lower frequency of the 22, moving down the front of the body through the 15 to the big toes, the 7s, 4, 15, 7, and then 7, 15 back up, 15, 2 or 15, 25, the whole pelvic girdle back up to 4. So you've got this vertical oval, but it's actually doing this on the horizontal. It's spiraling. So it's going down the front of the body in a spiral, which also delineates an oval. Wonderful. So let us begin without further ado. Less yap from me and more be from we. Did I say that? I think I did. More be from we. Anyway, so let's begin. Make a choice. You can either hold the 22s underneath the shoulder girdle like this, or as Mary showed in the book, like this. This accentuates supervisory energy, which is down the front, up the back, left, and then right, or right and then left. This crisscrosses across the main center as the mediator. I'm going to do that. Keep your back straight, relax, breathe the dropping of your shoulders, bow your head slightly, and if it's coming easily, smile. Smile. And allow that energy to drop from the 4 through the 15 to the big toe to earth. As we exhale, we're dropping all the things we don't need. We're letting go of the dirt, dust, greasy grime, as Mary said, in order to build something new. And then as we inhale, we renew even that which we've built. We purify in order to build again. Continuous regeneration. Exhale, let go. Inhale, regenerate. Let's begin. First set of 9 breaths. A breath is an exhale and an inhale. Here we go. Yes, if any of you are having problems with your computer, just refresh the page. Click on that curly little loop, which is by the URL sign on the top of the page, or Control M or Command M if it's an Apple. Sorry, Control R. And as the energy spirals down this golden light, this golden spiral, moving down through the hip line, down to the feet, goes through the pad of the foot, actually, and it goes beyond the physical realm of the body into the physical realm of matter, much deeper into the crystalline layer of the earth, where the light is as powerful as it is above the head in heaven. As above, so below as above. There really isn't any difference at the unmanifest level between heaven and earth. It's all one. Just at the more physical realm, it appears to be denser, but that's an illusion, and that's another story for another day. At the soul level, at the energy level, it's all the same. It's all one. So if you're going to think anything, if you're going to have any intention, just have that intention to let go. Surrender to what is in this moment. And be refreshed. Feel your connection to the earth. Heaven the head, earth the feet. Feel wholeness there. Completion 22. Connecting the 144,000 special functions in the body. Woohoo. That's a lot. Amazing body. Amazing functions. Amazing energy. E equals mc squared. Did we say that? But actually E equals m plus c plus 0 equals oneness. And as we just allow this energy to percolate through us, we maybe notice where we're resisting. Don't even think about it. Just breathe through it. Breathe through your resistance. When we pause and think, oh, I've got a problem, that can be a problem. Just breathe. Just exhale. No resistance. Conductivity is what we want. And then as we come to the 9th exhalation, inhalation, we get a slip into what I call the neutral space. 9th depth is space, the consciousness where we transform. We need space to transform. If we're too close, we can't make that transformation. We need space. We need to place the mind in the gap. We don't mind the gap. We like the gap. You go on the underground, and in England anyway, they always say mind the gap because there's a space between getting off the train and the platform. Well, what would happen if you slipped into the gap? Well, you might injure yourself. However, you would probably slip into a space of nothingness while your nervous system kicked in. And that's where transformation takes place. The space. Space, the final frontier. As the joke goes about Spock, he had 3 ears, left ear, right ear, and a final frontier. All right, enough of that, too much merriment. So the index finger we hold for the second process to harmonize, safety engine lock 22 or the 0, the Fool. Just check the fingers, 3 segments, bust line, waistline, hip line. Decide which one you want to hold. And we begin. Exhale, inhale 9 times. Here we go. Wonderful. I'm just going to switch off. Slip into the neutral zone after the 9th exhalation, inhalation. And again, just surrender, become aware of where you be at this precise moment in time. Mow the ment, knock off the mental. Is it possible to be without thought? Some say no. I disagree, only because my experience is there is a silence, a peace that passeth all understanding, goes beyond the understanding mind. And after a few of these exercises, you may get a glimpse of this. It's the no thing. It's not a thing. Can't be measured. It's by itself complete and one. 22. Lung, breath, big breath. The small breath, the lung, allows the big breath, the 6th depth light, to complete. It moves the soul into the body, and then when we transition, whether that's in the physical sense of leaving the body or we transform, it's the lungs that help push out what we no longer need and then push the soul up through the force, funnily enough, to a next stage of our journey. So don't see the death process as anything to fear. It's another name for transformation. And some people talk about meditation as every day I die. Yes, you die to the mind. You don't allow the mental processes to interfere with the soul. And when I talk about the soul, I'm not talking about the manifested soul of you. I'm talking about the universal soul, which be complete and pure in itself. That is the total state of being. It's our job of our personal soul to unite with the universal soul. Our personal soul carries baggage, and we let that go through the breath. Our universal soul is pure, complete oneness. All right, the third process. We have a mediation here. We're holding 19, which is on the mediator, and the 1, the descending safety energy lock flow. We're going to allow that process to circulate through the body to allow the 144,000 processes as above, so below in the body. Choose whichever side you want to work with. Check the tendons. You can also check the little finger side. The 19 really embraces the whole of the elbow joint. And decide which one you want to hold. And here we go. 9 exhalation inhalations. Lucio, just reload if your screen is frozen. Control R or Command R if you've got an Apple. Putting the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth also allows a sense of completion, connectivity to the main central. You can try that if you want. Sink down, let go, let go, let go. And then rebuild, regenerate, purify on the inhale. Simple, isn't it? A well-known phrase of Mary Baumeister. Simple, isn't it? The beautiful harmony, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful harmony? Harmony beautiful, isn't it? So slip into ninth depth there. Allow transformation. The neutral zone. The no thinking zone. And then finally, you can either choose one of those processes that we were practicing with for the final set of 9 exhalations, inhalations, or you can give yourself a hug because the thumb goes to the 22. Ding, 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 ding. And the fingers go to the side of the shoulder blade. And if that's too hard, take one hand away and put it on the high one. Here we go. Nine, the number 9, the number 9, as the Beatles sang from the White Album. It's the number 9, the number 9. Exhale, inhale, end the cycle, begin anew, completion 22. Yahoo! So this fourth cycle of breath, as the energy begins to pulsate through the body, harmonizing down and up and down, left and right, right and left, center, we reach the wholeness, the completion. And sometimes it's a good idea when we reach this frequency to allow a positive intentional thought to drop in. Mary was always keen to help us observe how we were thinking, because that's the level that creates the difference between a wholesome and an unwholesome manifestation. And a positive frequency tends to be an uplifting thought, like peace or joy or love, happiness. When I practice this, that's the process that I tend to use at this final 9, because here we are manifesting this fourth 7, 9. So why not manifest positivity? Positivity, why not manifest it? Manifest positivity, it. Infinite truth, IT. It is information technology as well, because the message in our hard drive is important. Hard drive meaning our consciousness, our brain, receptor, preceptor, conceptor. So as we come to the 9th exhalation, inhalation, yabba-dabba-doo, where be we? Be we, he, she. Be here now. Here, here. Just settle, feel that connection. Feel the connection to the earth. Because at this point, we're looking for a connection to be complete, feeling more grounded, more wholesome, more real. Heaven has met earth and integrated, and earth has met heaven and integrated. A more whole, complete 22. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all for sharing in today's harmonizing of Safety Energy Lock 22. Practice, practice, practice makes progress if you want to. Practice any of the safety energy locks that we've done so far. And before I bid you a fond farewell, let's have a quick look at what's happening in the world of Jin Shin Jyutsu in the next few weeks, days. And here it is, www.jsjinc.net. Upcoming online events. Most of our classes are now online because of COVID-19 restrictions. Saturday, February the 6th is next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. Presented by Petra Elmendorf, Jin Shin Jyutsu in Times of Change. Petra is a Jin Shin Jyutsu instructor from Germany. And I know from my own experience of listening to Petra, you will be treated to a beautiful basket of wisdom. And for those of you that have some interest in astrology and the wisdom of numbers, Petra is very invested in that area herself and has a great deal of knowledge and experience. So that may be something that she will blend with this particular webinar. I don't know, but certainly she has great wisdom, not to be missed. Following, we have, before then, it's actually today. Friday, January the 29th and Saturday, January the 30th. Online special topic class with Mona, who's also from Germany. The Elusive Pulse. This may be interesting to those of you that have already begun your journey with Jin Shin Jyutsu. We study it in textbook 2, the practitioner level, register today. Don't forget, if you don't begin when the class begins, there's always a replay, so don't feel, I wasn't live. You can get the replay, and then you can join day 2 if you want. And then we have 4 days starting today. Jin Shin Jyutsu in your hand, self-help, 4 days with Spanish translation, exploring numbers and stars and the clues they provide about 2021. Sarah Harper, Wayne Hackett, and Carlos Gutierrez. Tuition $250. All the organizers are here. Register today, $250. And again, there'll be a replay. And it's also a German translation version starting February the 4th. It'll be 4 days of self-help with German translation. So if you missed the one with the Spanish translation, here's one with German translation. So it'll be in English, but it'll be translated to those 2 different languages. This one is slightly different times and prices registered today. And then, of course, if you missed anything up and coming, past replays are all here. So I wish you all a wonderful rest of the day, week, following week. Hold your 22s, breathe out, receive, and be happy. Take care, be safe as always, and enjoy life. Find the harmony. Allow the harmony to balance your life. Au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, cheerio, tata, and see you next Friday. Thank you, thank you.